Why did you start writing?
I don't know, it was just always kind of a thing I wanted to do. And I had a really good idea, so I started writing it, and yeah.
Because I have a whole bunch of characters inside my head, and I thought it would be awesome if I wrote them down, because share my imagination with people who thought it might be cool. I don't know, because it's fun, and I have nothing else better to do.
I started writing because I wanted to share like my imagination with other people. I'm not quite sure why. It's just kind of like an urge I get, I guess. How do you get inspired?
By various fandoms and TV shows and books. Like, I take a whole bunch of characters, appearances, personalities, and sometimes storylines, and like kind of shift it and make it into my own.
Music is a really big inspiration. I just kind of sit there with my earbuds and just rock out some tunes and write.
Lots of different ways. Sometimes I go and I listen to music, or I draw, or I sit there and just think about random things, and then I get an idea, and then I write about it.
The most difficult thing about writing? Finding time to write. It's the worst.
Finishing something I start. Like if I start like writing a novel or a story, it's finishing it that's the problem, because I never finish things.
How to put it into words? I can't write them down. I have all these ideas, but I can't write them down, ever.
Do you think someone could be a writer if they don't feel emotion strongly?
I guess if they wanted to write textbooks.
So yes.
Yes, but I don't know, I kind of like have to get into the emotion of like the character that I'm writing about for it to feel real.
Probably not, because you have to be able to put your own emotions in order to make your characters have emotions. But yeah, I don't think so, not really. Unless you're being a boring person writing real stuff.
That's kind of a tough question, because there are a lot of great writers who put a lot of emotion into their books, and then there's a lot of writers who don't put a lot of emotion in their books. I like to read science fiction, and there's a lot of books where they're talking about technical stuff and there's really no emotion in it, but then again, they have to make the characters seem connected. How has writing changed your life?
It's kind of made me view the world differently, because sometimes I look at something and I'm like, you know what, that would make a great story or like a great personality, and I can't ever watch movies the same way because all I see is story characters. What's the most difficult thing about writing characters from the opposite sex?
Well, our brains work differently. Like female brains work differently than male brains, so I have to be like, well, what would a guy do in this situation? And sometimes it's hard to make it seem like they're real.
It's mostly, I don't even know, because there's so many. It's kind of like developing their character, because you're not sure if that's like more of a girl sort of way of thinking things and like guy sort of way of thinking things.
Knowing how they would react to things, like, I don't know, like how a guy might see the world, whereas like a girl might see it's like, oh, this is so pretty, where a guy may be like, I don't even care. This is so stupid. Like cold. Like girls are like, it's so cold outside, well guys will be like, nah, it's fine. So it's hard just viewing how they would see stuff.